History, brought to you by Forest Hill Cemetery.
This year, Boy Scouts from Chattanooga will join over 30,000 scouts in Japan to celebrate the organization. But did you know that the organization has been around here in Chattanooga for over 100 years? Welcome to Hometown History.
So Baden-Powell was a general in the British Army. He was a war hero at the time in Boer War in Africa. And he had written some field manuals and sent them back to the UK. And boys picked up those manuals and started playing games based on those field manuals because he was a war hero. And when he came back and saw these boys playing these games, he saw it as an opportunity to develop a citizenship program that would go with that. And some Americans picked up on it. William Boyce went over, saw the program, brought it back to the U.S. And in the U.S., he formed an organization, the Boy Scouts of America. I think they looked at the community around them, they looked at the youth, and it's really no different than today. They needed something. They needed something to develop these young boys into men. What is it going to take? We were moving from an agricultural society into an urban society, and they were looking for ways to develop these men. Yeah, the original Boy Scout program was focused on early teen boys, late teen boys is probably a fairly good explanation of it. Merit badges were very outdoors oriented. All of them were pretty much, or outdoor skills. Very specific. Beekeeping would have been a merit badge. Dairy farming would have been a merit badge. You know, camps are one of those things that really draw out everybody's passions. You know, in the early years, they were held on farms. They were named for whoever supported the farm. 1920, they formed the first camp up on Raccoon Mountain. Really quite the production because you had World War I going on and you had the bond sales, so the Boy Scouts had trouble raising money. And we've got pictures of barges going down the Tennessee River with donated wood supplies, and the boys hauling the wood supplies up the mountain, and local farmers donating plant supplies so they could grow their own food at the camp and things along those lines. And then in 1922, when the New York Times did an article on scouting and its growth and all it was doing for the nation, it highlighted Chattanooga and all the services that we were doing in Chattanooga, delivering milk to needy children on playgrounds, cleaning up the downtown. The National Cemetery effort was mentioned in that article as well. It was just a laundry list of all the things that the Scouts of Chattanooga were doing for Chattanooga as a way of talking more broadly about what scouting was doing for the country. There were a couple of prominent scouters that when I was a youth were always there. A gentleman named Doc Kellogg and Joe Grow. And they were just gentlemen that were, to us, the icons of scouting. And around the 100th anniversary, both of those gentlemen passed away. And of course, those of us that had been around a while were talking about it, and we viewed it as the passing of an era. That this was the greatest time in scouting, and it's never going to be the same. And as we started writing the book and started looking at the history, we realized it's always been the greatest time. That's our job. Our job is to make sure it is.
What's going to keep scouting going for another 100 years?
The boys we're raising up today. The boys in the program today and what we deliver to them. And the fact that the needs are never going to change. We are always going to need programs that are going to help boys grow up to be better contributors, better citizens, and better people. These men contributed their time, their treasure. Mr. Patton, when he passed away, left in his will enough money to pay for summer camp the following year. It's people like that see a value in it and give everything they've got. They give their credibility to it, they give their time to it, they give their money to it. And without people like that in every generation, from the founders to Joe Grow and Doc Kellogg to the people that are volunteering their time today, without them there isn't a tomorrow.
All right, folks, it is the Boy Scouts of America Local Council is Cherokee Area Council. They are located right in front of the Sam's off of Lee Highway here in Chattanooga. The phone number 423-892-8323. You can also purchase the book there at the Scout Shop. You can also go to the website, which is CherokeeAreaBSA.com. Eagle Scout myself, proud of the program and proud of it here in Chattanooga.